Game 4 tonight. Does anyone have a very strong feeling, like Brian brought us, that the Mavericks will win, or is it absolutely over? Any strong feeling?
I don't have a strong feeling. I mean, it's obviously over.
Yeah.
I think everybody thinks that. Now it's a formality at this point. I kind of feel like we were at the end of the Minnesota series. Remember when Minnesota kind of was like, they just knew. I feel Mav fans are in that point now where we just know. We just know that they're better.
Acceptance.
It's acceptance. I don't see, outside of a major injury, like how do you see, or injuries, how do you see a scenario where the Mavs win 4 straight against this team?
I don't.
And that's the problem, because you're gonna have to steal 2 there. Like that's just impossible.
All right, so Luka sat down with Malika Andrews after he got shredded by the national media. So if you hate us, MFFL, if you hate our guts from yesterday in calling out the great Luka Doncic, everyone basically in the national media agreed. You got your homers that will tweet and give you a podcast. If you want to hear nothing but Luka praise, because they got their head up every player's ass like they've done forever. So if you want that, it's out there for you. If you want the truth, try to be a little bit objective. We've been doing it this way for 14 years. Not going to change. And ESPN sat down with Luka to ask him if he regretted what he did with fouling out.
Yeah, it was tough. Probably wasn't the smartest thing. But just, it was a physical game. To get 6 fouls, I didn't expect it.
How much do you feel like you let your teammates down sitting there on the bench for the final 4 minutes?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I say, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, especially in this situation. It's the finals. You got to give everything. A little tie out there. But, yeah, Kyrie's been great for me, just having him on here.
So what did you say to your teammates afterwards?
It's my bad. Can't do that, especially in the NBA Finals. Regular season is a little bit different. But can't really do that in the finals.
Brian Windhorst, who has literally taken the words out of my mouth when it comes to Luka criticism, and Kendrick Perkins.
Boy, Windhorst is our hero right now, though, because he gives us
not Dallas's.
Well, no, I mean he's my hero right now. I think he's your hero right now. That he gives us the credibility cover fire of what we're saying isn't outrageous.
Yes, exactly. Because if Kendrick Perkins just came out and said it and blasted him, which he did, it's like, oh, Kendrick's always a hater, blah, blah, blah. But Windhorst, that was unusual for him. This is Windhorst and whether he was buying Luka's comments yesterday.
I appreciate what he said, but frankly, I've heard from him before.
Thank you.
And so it's got to be actions over words. It's not going to necessarily be just tomorrow. It's got to be going forward. He's got a lot of years in his career. Yeah. He can accomplish anything. What I want to see, Malika, is the interview 2 years from now after they win, or next year, whenever it is in the future, when he's holding the trophy and he's saying, yeah, I remember that. That's what I want to see, and I want that to start to go progress going forward.
Franklin, injury return is fantastic. I woke up this morning, birds chirping, voice in my head began to whisper, Mavs at 7.
Believe.
Been drinking a lot more, more this 1845 than Bobby.
All right, I had one. All right, I had one. At what point in this series would you start to believe in a comeback? Because it clearly wouldn't be tonight. You win one, you're going to go, okay. Would it be if they win the next
Game
2?
7.
So you wouldn't even buy in if they win this one and then they go to Boston and win one?
If they win the night and they have a halftime lead in Game 5, then I'll start to believe.
If I had told you that Boston was held to essentially just over 100 points in each one of these games, wouldn't we have felt pretty good about their chances to win this series?
Yeah.
And they're down 3-0 because they just can't do anything offensively.
Yeah, and then part of that is Boston.
Too many things have to happen. Kyrie and Luka have to play amazing every night.
You need Game 2 Luka and Game 3 Kyrie at the same time in a game.
4 straight games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You need Tatum to disappear like he did in the first 2 games, except in the other categories, which, other people have been giving him a lot of credit. I think Andre Iguodala did yesterday on the Dan Patrick Show. You need that. You need Porzingis to remain out, which I think is a good chance of happening. No one knows.
No one knows.
But people are like, no, he's not going to come back for this series. You need Boston's role players, the little white boys who shoot it, Derek White, Al Horford. You need them to disappear. And then you need other Mavs to step up in P.J. Washington, Derek Jones, Tim Hardaway. It's Green or Hardy. That's not – there's a
right.
0.0000001% chance of any of that happening.
I do think because we've always said someone's going to do it eventually.
Yes.
And I do think –
but this team, you're going up against a possible all-time great team, too.
You are.
With the home court advantage on their side.
Yeah, you are. I do think this era –
and Luka's banged up.
Uh-huh. This era, I do think, is easier than any other era to complete this.
He sounds like he's buying in, Sean.
No.
Listen to him.
We're just doing a topic.
The three-point shot is so huge now. It's all it's taking. If you're hot and you get on a heater and the other team gets cold, these playoff games are 20-point win, 20-point loss. If you get hot, it's not throw it down low. Whoever has the best big man wins. If you get hot from three, you could go on any kind of crazy run.
You know how it feels like we talked about how Boston's willing to fine. We don't have Tatum, but as long as we take, as long as Luka's playing poorly, we'll take that trade. Or as long as Kyrie's playing, would you take the trade off in this game and then potentially anything moving forward? Would you take the trade off of I'll let Tatum go off if it means taking away Jaylen Brown? Like, is Jaylen Brown playing
as opposed to what
offensively? Like, would you take that because they focus so much on taking Tatum away? Would you focus on taking Brown away instead? Because I feel like Brown, the way he can dunk, make three, like he does so much to suck the energy out of the building when he makes a play.
Yeah,
that I would prefer at this point you try to take away Jaylen Brown. And it feels
like Brown's driving in mid-range is better than Tatum's. Like, I think I agree with Barkley. Jason Tatum does the defense a lot of favors when he takes all those threes. I was like, keep jacking him up. Now if he hits him, he's 6'8". No one can, defend him because of his height. It's over. But he took 13 threes in the last game. And I'm like, dude, go inside, drive, post up if you're a Celtics fan. So that's where we stand for Game 4 this evening. 877. And what is your belief since you set us up for all those questions?
I think Boston wins.
Tonight?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be fully in on the WNBA after tonight. Like, I mean, there's nothing else going on.